Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Charlie from Visokii Entertainment. I am joined with my good brother Mike.
Yep.
Hello, Mike, my brother. So we had our first eviction tonight. Tonight was it did not go the way I expected. I honestly thought for a minute there it'd almost be a shock who went home, right?
Yeah. I
So
baffled.
yeah. So I guess let's run with the eviction episodes. I'm thinking let's just run from the top, kind of make it the easiest. So the whole Monwan thing. Monwand ended up being flipped around, and I thought it might have been a third nominee. Instead, it meant now nom, and they were playing the hat game again, and they were just going to straight up replace someone. Not a
Yes.
bad little twist, to be honest.
I wasn't really surprised the way it went, though.
With who went home or with who got nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. So pretty much, it ends up going down. Chris Kattan ends up giving it to
Lamar,
right? And then, which that makes Todd go on the block. And Todd was like, "Oh, so that's how it is." Yo, he really wanted him out for snoring, dude.
Yeah, he did.
I thought they might have been cool with each other. That was not the case.
Well, it seems like they kind of haven't been doing anything.
Almost been non-existent from the show entirely.
I mean, what, we had probably 2 things of Chris talking, and all we got from Todd that episode was him walking in the
heels.
Crocs.
Yeah.
That was
the
it.
Croc heels. And in the episode before that, it was just like little gimmick laughs. Yeah, Chris had like a nice moment this episode, like being the emotional heart warmer, you could say. But yeah, so it ends up being Todd and Teddy on the block and going into the eviction, and with a split vote right out of the gate. Like, so in Big Brother, this is not an occurrence that happens too often. Usually, one of the biggest problems I have with Big Brother, especially in the recent years, is that it's always unanimous vote. You know who's going home all week, right? And to get a split vote right out the gate, 5-3, were you thinking at all there was a shot Todd could go home?
Not too much.
No, you kind of felt confident in the plan of Teddy.
After the first vote, I was kind of safe with Todd staying.
Yeah, I thought there was a chance when Carson voted Todd. I'm like, oh, which way is this actually going?
But enough people.
Pull something here?
I feel like enough of them knew, like, what the four Mirai wasn't going to vote Todd because he just saved her.
Yeah.
And then Cynthia, right?
Yep, Cynthia.
No, not Cynthia.
Chris, Cynthia, and Carson all voted to evict Todd.
Yeah.
So, hey, I mean, it kind of caught me off guard. I'm glad it wasn't just straight unanimous. It made it more interesting.
I did think we were going to have a tiebreaker right off the bat.
That would have been so freaking... It doesn't happen too often. And usually if it does happen, it's set up to happen.
Wow. Yeah,
that would have been cool. So let's just kind of run it back from the beginning of the episode. Let's give a quick breakdown of the episode itself. So we kind of kick off with Mirai, and she knows that she's the target. And I believe at the time this was true.
Well, she wasn't sure if she was the target.
Well, when the original nomination, she felt her in that diary room, she was pretty confident. She was like, yeah. And then she's talking about she's got a demon inside of her. And I'm like, all right, is this where we're going?
Hey, man, it was...
Okay. More power to you. So Miesha turning Todrick straight?
that was a surprise.
That happened a couple times, dude. It was like, where are they going with this? We then see Mirai is very upset. And that's when we kind of talk about Chris Kattan showing love and kind of being there for her, building up his social game, really. He might be building up a bigger social game than any of us realize.
I unless they're not showing us some stuff, it feels like that's the only person he's spoken to.
Yeah, and maybe it is, or maybe what they're giving us a hint at here is, look, he is everyone's go-to guy, and no one thinks he's gonna win. Just like we heard Teddy in her interview with Julie. She's talking about Lamar, like, well, he might be the dark horse at the end. It's like, yeah, that might be the scenario. So we get a Miesha segment. It's kind of the beginning of the episode is entirely Miesha, and that kind of makes sense based on her being HOH. So, and she is doing a punch. She's beating the shit out of stuff.
Just training.
I thought Chris Kirkpatrick was gonna have the classic line of, "I don't know if I'm terrified or turned on."
Oh God.
Maybe with his wife and kids at home, he wasn't feeling that.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, if it was Lamar,
Hey,
there might have been a chance.
I can't believe they had that man emotional on national television like that.
Bro, I can't believe they made him walk in those heels.
I saw a feed clip of him. He said he wanted to tell the world he just took a shit in his bed.
Oh no.
That is the state of Lamar in the house right now. My God.
The man's ruined.
Teddy then has a conversation with Carson. She thinks someone's leaking info. And they're kind of thinking it's Mirai, which they're trying to just have a scapegoat. We then get Miesha and Todrick setting up their final two.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's concrete? Do you feel like that's probably pretty good?
That's probably the safest one.
As of right now, yeah. And then Todd and Lamar wearing the Croc heels.
That was
yo. Todrick had a joke of telling Lamar, he's like, I know that's not the first time you wore those. Yo, dude.
That was brutal. They keep doing Lamar like this.
Comic relief, apparently.
Someone's got to be it.
We then get our Shanna segment talking about how she called Chloe a donkey.
Oh, God, that was...
We saw that coming from a mile
Apparently
away.
that was a mistake.
Yeah. And we saw that segment coming from a mile away. We then get to the POV competition. And Miesha, Mirai, Carson, Cynthia, Lamar, and Todrick. So as this is your first veto competition, what do you think of the layout? Personally, I thought
it was a really cool one.
Neat. Yeah.
I did notice that the three people who were picked at random didn't really care about winning at all.
They didn't want that quote blood on their hands, man.
I can't believe Carson did it as fast as he did.
Oh, when he did the competition and he finished and didn't have any misses, I thought that was nuts.
Yeah, that was luck of the draw.
Like, you don't see that too often. So, yeah, Todrick has really begun planting the seeds to Miesha about Carson. And he wants everyone to target Carson. And I kind of like that move. I might bite him in the ass, though.
I don't really know. I feel like this is the best move he could make.
Oh,
he's
of course.
Picking the alliance that he thinks is stronger.
Yep. Just planting those seeds, letting them grow and fonder. And
so has he left the foundation, or?
I have no idea. I don't know if that alliance is intact. I think if it was fully intact, they would have voted out Todd tonight.
Yeah.
So part of me thinks that alliance just doesn't even exist anymore. And Shanna told Miesha about it. So
Shanna did say that that the formation was dead.
Yeah, so good on her. You don't have much in this game, but the only information is power in this game. So good for her for doing that. Yeah, pretty much the POV. It's called Schedule Snafu. Carson won with a lightning fast time. Mirai wants to stay safe, and she makes a really heartfelt plea to Miesha, and Miesha pretty much says, look, I'll keep you safe if you target Carson.
Yeah, there were a lot of flip-flops this episode with the...
Is that just insanely messy gameplay that we're having?
I don't know if Miesha has a plan, per se.
She's just throwing shit at the wall.
Because it's kind of just Todrick just pulling strings.
Yeah.
Because everyone Todrick said to target, she targeted without question.
And it's been every time, yeah. So hey, I mean, maybe that's good for Todrick's game, man. Todrick might be on a great plan there here. So Miesha then says she wants to put up Chris Kattan, which we know that didn't end up happening because once Shanna told Miesha about the formation, she ended up using that, and Todrick kind of flipped it to say, look, he wants to hurt Carson no matter what. Take out one of his top allies. And he wants Miesha to target Teddy. She did just that. On the surface level, if you just were hearing this, you'd think Todrick's running this game. And honestly, I can't really disagree with it. Feeds might be telling another story right now, but
he's definitely running the game.
Yeah, the first few episodes, it is the show of Todrick. So once that happens, I think Miesha didn't want to just straight up backdoor and like not tell her. You know, she's trying to do the right thing, and all she ended up doing was telling her. And Teddy was just straight heartbroken, dude. She was shook. She was trying to do everything she could to get the target off of her, which you can't blame her in that situation. But pretty much Miesha was starting getting a little mad at her, like, no, it's the way it is. Like, this isn't easy. She's had 18 different targets this week, and then there's 11 people in the house.
I would have liked to see Todd go. I would almost have liked to see him go because of the rivalry that would have been set.
Yeah. I think for the show, that would have been better. Yes. Yeah. But hey, that's not the way it played out for Todrick and Miesha. And, you know, you toss Chris and Lamar in there, and I think that is your actual alliance right now. That's kind of the vibe I've been getting. So
they're the only ones that are like game planning.
Yeah, and then Carson and Cynthia and Shanna, I think, are probably the other alliance. So, But yeah, I mean, that's about most of the episode here. I think something we can do a little bit now is kind of talk about where we think certain people in the game are at, what's going on with them. Has anyone after this week, after this episode, in your mind, like taken a clear front runner, or is it kind of still like, nah?
I mean, clear front runner would be Todrick
right now.
Yeah,
just in terms of the game. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like he has any enemies.
No, at the moment, definitely not. Because the only one that was suspicious of him is gone.
Yeah.
So,
do you think Chris Kattan and Todd have a legit beef?
At this
we get an old man beef.
Hey man, snort like that. Might have to.
If you're trying to find any reason to get someone out the house,
bro, hopefully Todd wins HOH. Get him out the room. Somebody in that room's praying.
That's gonna be his. That's gonna be their reason to want to get it so bad. Not even for the power, just so they don't have to hear the snoring. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, we got 10 people left. I wonder if there's going to be another twist this week. We didn't really get any information on that, but as far as I know, I think the next eviction is Monday, right?
Yes.
So
at the end of the show, they said that
we're fast and furious here.
So what? We've got one episode, which is going to have an HOH.
Yep, picked. And then I believe Monday will have veto and eviction again. I love how fast-paced Celebrity Big Brother is, man.
That seems like it's going to be fun.
It's the best. That is my favorite thing about this show. So, because there's no time in between, man. We might get a Todrick HOH, and he might put up Chris and Todd. Like,
I definitely don't think there will be a twist this time.
I hope not.
Because of how short the time in between is.
At this point, let the game play out, right?
Yeah.
You had your week one twist. It worked to a point. You got the guy votes. Now let's get back to business. Let's let the game play out like the game's intended. All right. So how do you feel about Chris Kirkpatrick's week this week?
Chris Kirkpatrick kind of I feel like he kind of just slid under the radar this week with the
Probably
game.
A good spot for him, right? Got himself in some alliances, didn't make any enemies.
No, definitely didn't make any enemies.
And I mean, I gotta imagine that's got to be the main goal here.
Yeah, it's probably known. It's basically, I feel like the game's going to come down to who picks up Chris Kattan.
Okay.
in their alliance.
And if they target him, if there's too many long shots going on here, next thing you know, Lamar, Chris, and Todd might be your final three.
Yeah. Jeez, that would be something, wouldn't it?
It could be the way that this shakes up, man. Because we had a game player go home first, so I would not mind seeing either a Chris or Todd go home next. And then let's start breaking this down even more. Let's get some more rivalries going. Let's get some heat, some Bully Ray heat going. But other than that, anything else you can think of that you want to bring up? Maybe.
I can't believe Lamar timed out. Man, timed out of the beat.
If you were throwing that competition, that is not what you want to do to make it look obvious.
Yeah, that looked bad.
But part of me doesn't think he was throwing it.
Yeah, I could see that.
This is so when I was watching the competition, I was like, two of them are gimmies, right? One of the
three people tried. The three people that had a stake in it tried.
It was like the BB Brewery and another one, right? It was obvious. One of them's at 2 p.m. and one of them's at 6. And you build all the other pieces around that.
Pretty sure
and when you see people start moving number 2, yeah, when you see people start moving like number 2 is always the key identifier. Like, this isn't good. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
like this is not going the way as planned.
I was really surprised at how bad of a time Mirai had.
Yeah. Maybe just on paper, Carson just did so good, it blew everyone out of the water, right?
Oh, I mean, you would have had to get first. You would have had to get a first shot to even have a chance at beating him, I'm sure.
Now, I'm curious if now we're going to go off to a trend on this season. So this is something Big Brother likes to do. They like to bust out these new competitions early, right? So our first 3 competitions will be brand new, and then they'll get complacent and kind of use all these recycled competitions, which, I mean, you haven't seen the competition, so it'll look new to you, but that's something they like to do. They like to fall kind of on their back pedal and do this. I would like to see if this season we have all new competitions like this, because this was easy to follow on TV, again, because of where number 2 and number 6 went. We could tell if someone was fucking up.
Yeah.
So, oh man, there was a shot when Mirai was like right at the end, you could tell it, and she was like almost done, and then she moved number 2, and I was like, oh.
And there it goes.
There it goes. That's how you know you're so stressed out. You're not even thinking straight. But yeah, I think a wild card here I want to point out is Shanna. I actually really like Shanna's spot right now in the house.
Yeah, she's
almost
kind of indebted to Miesha.
Yep.
But
she's also got Carson. She's also got Cynthia. She seems kind of cool with everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take with that question earlier, and I was like, has anyone kind of became a front runner? If I were to say right now, I had to pick. You point at me, and I have to pick who I think has the best shot now to make Final 3. I think my pick would be Shanna.
Okay.
Even though a Celebrity Big Brother, it's technically a Final 5, but and then that night we break it down. But I would pick Shanna. I think I love her spot in the game right now. Todrick might be dipping his hand in a little bit too many cookie jars, though.
That only depends because Mirai, I can't tell if she is back in the formation.
Yeah.
Or
if she's fully embedded in the athletes, right?
Maybe she's earned Miesha's trust.
We need to get a real name for that group, man. Come on, Big Brother. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, we just got to wait till Sunday, and we'll break down the HOH and what that might imply for the game. I love the episode structure tonight. So, first week of Big Brother in a thumbs up, thumbs down world. How you feeling?
All thumbs up. That was great.
That was a good week of Celebrity Big Brother in general too. So, but yeah, that'll be it for us, you guys. So if you stuck around and watched this whole thing, like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. You can check myself and fellow partner of the channel, Garriet. He might pop on one of these episodes. You can check us out on our wrestling podcast called Eat Sleep Elite. We'd really appreciate that. And yeah, be sure to leave comments on your thoughts. I'm curious to know if anyone else has came to the front row for you that you think has the best chance of winning now. Because Celebrity Big Brother, it's kind of fun to pick out and choose because we just really never know. But we will catch you guys on Sunday. Charlie, Mike, peace.